In our homiletics class in seminary, our professors would warn us about some of the most difficult passages to preach on. The first is for Holy Trinity Sunday, where we get to explain the belief in a triune God. And the other one is this one, the great teaching on divorce. This is going to be the only thing that I'll say on this subject. We do not know the circumstances of what people are going through. We don't know what experiences, what decisions, what circumstances led to the heavy cross that some of these people experience. And so if that is you, if you need help with an annulment, or if there's something that we can provide for you, please reach out. That's what the priests are here for. We also have a fantastic grief ministry that deals with, and it has a support group for people that have experienced the tragedy of divorce. And so the Pharisees are already sick of Jesus Christ. They're sick of him. They hate that this guy has come from the small town of Nazareth, challenging everything that they've ever known. And so they challenge Jesus. They want him to slip up, to say the wrong thing, so that they can get him. And so they say, "Master, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife?" They know the answer. They know what they're looking for. And they're hoping that Jesus says the wrong thing. And so Jesus responds, as a good Jew would, with Moses. A man is free to issue a bill of divorce to his spouse. And so in the old world, if you wanted to get a divorce, you could get a divorce over the smallest possible things. They're not making dinner. They're not bringing me my robe for this morning. They didn't clean the house as I would like it. Divorced. And so you could just move on to the best next thing. And unfortunately, I think our society has that same individualistic mindset. I want what's best for me. And so, why not? I can easily just pack up, move on, and pick something better. I've had the opportunity in my first 3 months of priesthood to be able to help couples as they prepare for marriage. I think it's one of the most terrifying things I've had to do so far. Why are you guys laughing? Some of these couples have been married, or been together 10, 12, 15 years, and now they're just going through the process of wedding prep. And they're looking at this 30-year-old guy just straight out of seminary, telling them and expecting of him to tell them what makes a marriage work. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm just kidding. And so when I was preparing this homily this weekend, this is going to sound very odd, but I spent a lot of time listening and reading up on some material from divorce lawyers. Now, why would I do that? A divorce lawyer wants couples to divorce. They get money when they separate. But no one wants a divorce to happen. And so he said the number one indicator of a broken marriage is this: a loss of love and respect. They've fallen out of love with their spouse. And so how can you respect someone that you don't love? And the same goes for the priesthood. In seminary, Archbishop would tell us when we were all preparing to get ordained that the first question that he asks a man who says that he wants to leave active ministry is, when did you stop praying? When did you fall out of love with the church? And it's true. It's true. Marriage takes work. In seminary, they told us the day you become a man, the day that you become an adult, is the recognition that your life is no longer the most important thing in front of you, whether it be the church or your spouse. And I'm not here to tell you guys how to live out your lives as faithful Christians. But the reality is that the church does not begin with me or Father Bill or Father Jojo. It begins with each and every single one of you. The Second Vatican Council entrusted and emphasized the importance of the domestic church. So for you parents, grandparents, godparents, aunts, uncles, the faith is only going to be as important to the little ones as it is to you. The faith is only going to be as important as it is to you. And so, I've had the opportunity to shadow Father Bill. He's great. And in his 600 years of priestly ministry, I've had the opportunity to see the great work that he does with these couples as they prepare for marriage. I've gotten to see the great work that he does with these couples as he counsels them through difficult times in their lives. And his advice is great. And so I've stolen a lot of what he said. It's mine now. These couples have to thank me now, not Father Bill. I'm just kidding. And he says this: one of the greatest dangers for married couples is that they forget what it means to be a couple. And I'm not here to condemn or judge, but life gets hard. We have work and school, we have kids to take care of, we have things that we have to do. And unfortunately, the most common age for divorce are couples that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. And one of the reasons that they say is that I don't know the person that I married anymore. Each of you that are married in this room deserve to give your very best to one another. Not to put anyone on the spot, but if anyone here has been married for 50 or 60 years, we'd love for you to just stand up for a second so that we could congratulate you. Please be seated. Being married 50 and 60 years just doesn't happen overnight. It's hard. Married life is hard. If we don't put that conscious effort day in and day out, then what's the point? For all of you that have been married in the church and are here today, you've discerned and you prayed that this person that you should love above all things is the reason why you will get into heaven. That person next to you that you love so deeply is going to be the person to sanctify you. That's what it means to have a Christian marriage. And so, like what I said in Father Bill's 8,000 years of priestly wisdom, there's one thing that I could recommend for each and every single one of you that are married. Never stop dating your spouse. Never stop dating your spouse. This comes from a guy that's only been ordained for 3 months. Never stop dating your spouse. Whether it be something small like going to the movies or going out, having someone babysit the kids, having someone take care of the household, you guys deserve it too. The world needs holy families. And that can only come from people that love and understand each other. A love that can only come from Jesus Christ. And so I just ask for each and every single one of us in this church to continue praying for holy families. That through them we have the opportunity to see a foretaste of what heaven is like. Amen.